family, and can it also give you time to actually have fun with people that you love? A 60-20-20 rule, is it something that I just came up with, or is it something that actually can help your life? Welcome to Be Fruitful and Be Great. This is Lydia, your girl, and today I'm actually going to give you something that I want to call a prototype from a lady that I've been working with here with the 60-20-20 rule. And today I have a piece of paper and a pen, and I want to show you how actually you can adjust your life for you to have a financial freedom and for you to also have the kind of financial balance that can make your life a lot easier than you think. So let's get started. I'm going to turn the camera around so there'll be a little bit of disturbance here, there, but don't mind me and focus. Let's do this together. Yes. So now I'm going to start explaining to you what the 60-20-20 rule is using a specimen that I've had with a lady who gave me this as her budget. So if you've been following the 60-20-20 rule, we've been talking about three aspects of the 60-20-20 rule. So the 60, I hope I can also be looking at my camera while I do this. Yes. So the 60, like we said, is for necessities. The 20 is for investment. And this 20 is divided into self-love and tithes and giving. So let me start by explaining what this exactly is. And please, if you have somebody who's struggling with their budget, if you know somebody who doesn't know how to manage their money, try and give them this video, because here I'm actually going to explain from what I explained to somebody who goes always beyond their budget, and yet they're always complaining that they are broke. I had to open this person's eyes to make them know that what they are doing, living a life of this amount to living a chaotic life of only this when they are having only this. So follow me, and then please share this with others that you know need a balance when it comes to their financial stability and financial management. So let's get on with it. The necessities, these are basic needs of every human being. What you need for your life to actually be normal. We're talking about rent, we're talking about transport, we're talking about the phone. Now it's part of our normal basic life. We are talking about water, we're talking about electricity, and it's different from country to country. These are what I would consider very basic. Then we come to the investment. It depends from country to country. Some countries have their own internal uh, funds, they have their own internal businesses which are on the stock market. Some places you have banks that actually have a very good interest, and you can capitalize on those, like using a fixed account. These are some of the things I think are very good, but we don't really talk about them. Fixed accounts, fixed deposits. These, if you go to Zambia, I know this about Zambia. In Denmark, it's very, very low. In Denmark, if you have a fixed deposit, they only pay you something like 0.1 if you're lucky. In uh, Zambia, they pay you something like from 10% to 15%. So that is a whole different ballgame we're talking about here. Then tithe, it's really up to you. If you're a Christian, you can do tithes. If you don't believe in tithing, you can also just give other people this money, because by so doing, when you give to other people, you tell yourself, I have enough, I live in abundance. It opens your heart to a lot more thinking of other people and about yourself, and also thinking you are better and you can help another person. It's a human psychological game that happens, that actually stimulates your thinking, it stimulates and heightens your senses for life and for yourself. Then self love. This is like a 10% that you put there for yourself for things like outing, birthdays, movies, all those things that you want to do just to spoil yourself. Yeah? So this it can be church or just helping individuals, helping others. Now, I want to bring you to this prototype that I have that I worked with this lady this morning. I've known this girl for some time, and I don't think she really understood what we were talking about until I got down to the budgeting with her. So I asked her, my friend, what is your salary? And she told me she gets 7,500. From the 7,500, if we do 60% of this, we're going to divide this like this so that it's easy for us to follow. Yeah? The 60% is supposed to be 4,500. Now, if you look at my dearest friend, her budget for the 60% for necessities, it is going up to 4,000 on rent, water, and electricity. Then she has free transport to work, and she has medicals and all that. Her total budget goes up to 6,700. That means she's going way beyond the 60%, because her 60% is only 4,500. Then we looked at her investment. She had not invested into anything. So I told her to consider a fixed deposit account, which can give her 11 point. We researched this. It gives literally 11.11% if you go with a certain bank called Stanbic in Zambia. And the Bank of Zambia, it's giving treasury bills for 13 to 18% interest or outcast. And then I told her, you can also start your own business. Right now, she's into the makeup business. So I told her, you have to take it like a business, not like just a joke, a hobby you take when people just call you. Put it online, make sure that you're actually making extra money. And the reason that we came to talk so much about it, it's because we found out that she's over budget. And we tried to cut some expenses off. I told her there are some things that you buy in your food here, which I think are okay, but you can cut them off if you want. She said, I love this because it helps her with her lifestyle and the health that she has. So this is the budget she chose to go with. I said, okay, fine. We're not going to disturb that one. But can we go into your groceries and find out what we can change about your groceries? And I found out she uses a lot of soap, toilet soap. She uses a lot of this stay soap for her clothes. She uses a lot of washing soap. So I asked her, what if actually you reduce these ones and you also reduce the dishwasher? You reduce the tissues if you go and buy all these things from a wholesale. Because a wholesale is going to give you a better bargaining power. So if you go to a normal shop, they sell maybe toilet paper for 100 kwacha and they are 10. If you go to a wholesale, you'll get it for 80. That means you save 20 kwacha. So this saving every month, in 2 months, it will be 40 kwacha. In 10 months, this 20 is going to be 200 kwacha. That means you have saved money which you can put in here. And somebody will be saying that's a little amount of money. No, it's not. Wealth is about building small hundreds, tens, 20s, 500s investment. People who are very rich, they don't make money from one big amount, from one big shopping center they have. They get 100 kronas from this one, 100 kwacha, $100 from this one, and $2, this and that. When you go in a shopping mall, you don't buy things for 1 million. You come with your 500, you come with your 100. Another person comes with this and that. So that's the thinking that I'm thinking here. You as a person, an individual, if you put every time a 20, every time a 200, every time a 500, before you know it, you have something called maybe a 5,000. Can you see how quickly the math goes up? But if you're thinking, no, it's too small, you will never amount to anything. Rich people, wealthy people, if you follow them, they don't do a business that gives them 1 million in one stand. Sometimes they do with stocks, yes, but that's also one of those things which they don't really use so much effort on because they know it's very, very risky. So if you're going to do it right, See where you can cut costs. Go to the warehouses, go to wholesalers and buy your things monthly. In that way, you are saving money. Cut costs. You'll be more than happy. So what she did after this, let me show you. We found out that for her to meet her budget, she had to do this side hustle. And even doing this side hustle, she still has to do the 60, 20, 20 on everything that she makes, even from this side hustle. Yeah? So remember, if you are going over the budget, you will have to learn how to make extra money for you to meet up to this amount. So now we agreed that she's going to be looking for an extra amount because her expenses right now are at 6,700. For her to meet this, she has to do a side hustle. And that's what you can also do. Next on the list, we looked at the investment, which I have talked about here. Investments can be in three different options that I think are a good option for now. It's less risky if you go with these three options. The first one is a fixed deposit. Did you actually know that banks, they every time you put money in your bank account, they use your money and they don't give you anything. Instead, they charge you for something. They charge you for keeping money there. Meanwhile, they are using it. Imagine being a prostitute and somebody is using you and they are not paying you. Because that's exactly what is happening if I am to bring you to the point where I'm saying your money is being prostituted by putting it in the bank where you are not fixed depositing it because you are actually losing money. The banks are literally screwing you over without giving you anything. If you're not putting in a fixed deposit, if I have to make you understand this. So every time you have money that is a 20% of your income, put it in a fixed deposit because here you will get some interest. The bank will pay you for keeping their money in a fixed deposit. A current account does not earn you nothing. So stop wasting your money, stop prostituting your money into the bank by not putting in a fixed deposit. You can put your money in a current account, which you're going to use every time for groceries and whatever, for your necessities. This has to be in a current account. But this one, put it in a fixed, because it's going to give you babies at the end of the day. The other thing I was talking about is stocks. In Zambia, we are fortunate. You can get stocks for 10 to 15%. And in any investment portal, whether you go on the 500 companies in the US, they will still tell you 10% is a very good interest to get from a stock. Imagine 15. And this is happening in Zambia. If you put in what we call treasury bills, they will give you this amount extra every end of the year because you do your treasury bills for just 1 year and then you get that amount. So if every month you put, if every month like she would here, hers is 1,500. If every month she puts 1,500, 1,500, let's just put it at 10 months. This is going to be 1,000. In 10 months, it's going to be 15,000. Then imagine that at the end of this, they also add to you 15% of the interest after they give this to you. Let me show it to you. We are in a class here. Let's put facts as they are. If you have 15,000, 15,000, oh, 15,000 at the end of 10 months, we say plus 15% interest. You have 17,500 after having 15,000, then it's going to become that. That means you earn 2,500 for literally doing nothing. The bank is not prostituting your money. The bank is actually paying you for keeping money there. And let me tell you, if you're not doing a fixed deposit or if you're not investing your money in treasury bills or stocks, you are actually giving your money to the bank for nothing, because every month they charge you something. Every month you're paying to the bank. And they are saying, what a fool, thank you, what a fool, thank you. Again next month, what a fool, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Why don't you change this game so that now you start saying, yes, now I'm getting it inside my pocket. Now this is to my own good. Why don't you change this game? Put your money in stocks, put your money, if you're in Zambia, in treasury bills, because at the end of the year, you're going to get your money with an interest of 10 to 15%. That's better than putting money where somebody is just messing you over. Stop prostituting your money by putting it in a current account. Put in a fixed deposit or put it in a stock, because it's going to earn you money. And I think the last part here, I've already explained it. There's nothing much to talk about. So if we are going to be wise, let's check our budget properly and cut off things that are not necessary. Necessities, 60%. Investment, 20%. Self-love and tithing and giving, 20%. If you follow this rule for 3 months, you would tell me that you have more money in your pocket than you've ever seen before. I know it from my personal life, from my children's lives, from the people that are surrounded by me. Now I don't have people calling me to ask for money, because the only reason they should be asking for money now is, can we invest into something? Not because they lack money. They have the money, but they need to do bigger projects. So please, if you're a person who thinks you cannot afford to run with your budget, listen, you can do with whatever you have, as long as you just go with the 60-20-20 rule. It is a financial management tool which I know if you follow and you go through this video again, wherever it started from, and do it the right way that you're supposed to do it, you'll be more than happy to see your life change. In 3 months, I promise you, and you'll come back here and you'll be able to talk with me and tell me, Lydia, what you said made a lot of sense. I travel a lot with my children. Let me just show you some of the places. And it's because we use the 20%, the 10% of self-love that I keep for my children, and from their money and from my money. So we've been to Izmir before. We travel actually a lot to Hamburg, and my daughter went to Bornholm with her friends, and we Amsterdam, a lot of places. And usually I love taking souvenirs, so we have a lot of things that we do. But for me, my 20%, I love using it on travel, and I also love using it on theme parks. So you can do whatever pleases you, but remember, you've got the money, but you have to find a system that works, that helps you to actually put your money in the right places without you being broke. It is an insult, a total insult for a parent who's over 20 years to be broke in the middle of the month. It is a total insult. And please change that story for yourself, because it is possible. Hey Emily, it is possible for everybody. Let me just give shout outs. There's yeah, Emily. Hi, Dilara. I'm a bit dyslexic, so if I read your name wrong, please pardon me. Uh, Good. Thank you. But anyways, this is what I had for you for today, and hmm, who's this one? Dela Esma. Okay, I think the translation is wrong. I can't really understand what you're writing. Man, thank you so much for watching. And when you have the time to literally go through this video, you will see how we change somebody's story from overspending to where now she's beginning to think, okay, this is what I will do, and she's adjusting her life. So we also put her business system in order because she literally was thinking she's just using her money to just keep herself running. But this is actually money she can use to make an investment and make her life better. So this is your girl Lydia. From here, I would like to say be fruitful and be greatness. Take good care of yourselves. Until next time, bye bye.